Hello, my name is Omar Rampersad. It's Friday, May 25th, 2018 at 9:58 p.m. in Toronto. So I just came home from my brother's funeral, and there was a lot of conversation. I was being harassed in the funeral home as the funeral was going on. There was two black people there talking about she's mine now. We are monitoring this. The account was distributed. The Chinese have a part, and someone named Bruce from this building had his name on the account and co-signed. The worker also, whoever co-signed the surveillance contract, gave it back to the worker, who I have in court for sexual harassment. I was also harassed by my nephew, his wife, who talked about my being obese, and everybody saw me. I'm a dog. I'm a football. I'm a baseball, and you have to do what everybody says, and so on and so on. I also heard from my sister-in-law's mouth that she already took my unit. My unit does not belong to me anymore, and it's in a trust, and it was bestowed to my niece. Now, of course, this is direct harassment from these people. Um, so there is no mental illness, and of course, I did not give anyone power of attorney. I was never diagnosed with a mental illness. Um, uh, there were symptoms of stress because I'm being harassed, targeted. My sister-in-law also told me today that I'm a target. They talked about it between themselves and the people who was there loudly so I can hear. He used a lot of trigger words like she used to be a prostitute. She had a big black man inside of her. She can't wear this Indian thing on the forehead. Forgot the name now, and so on and so on. So this woman, my sister-in-law, has been harassing me this way for quite a number of years. Now, my brother passed away, and the funeral was held today. Um, So there is no connection anymore to the sister-in-law because the connection was the brother, and I had a really bad relationship with her in the first place because she's an extremely abusive person, and who abused both her kids, and abused me, and targeted me, and tried to take advantage of the fact that I am a community target, because as a target, everything is covered. People can do criminal acts and it's covered. She took advantage of the knowing that and is trying to take my property away and give it to her son. So I'm here saying that there is no mental illness. There is a conspiracy to defraud me. There is a conspiracy to channel me into the underground sex slave industry. Now, I am suspecting that my sister-in-law has sworn affidavit saying that I was really a prostitute and it was a family secret, and they wanted to keep it secret. And but the family knew that I was a prostitute. Of course, it's lies. These are out and out lies. If there was information or quote unquote evidence that could be used to get a charge in, a charge doesn't mean that I'm guilty, obviously. And if there is information that you want to put a charge in, feel free, do that. Um, but I believe what happened was the police that was involved with my brother, and the police that was involved with the worker in this building who I have in a courtroom for sexual harassment, they were working in this trafficking ring, and they infiltrated my brother with this information and my sister-in-law, and knowing that there was um, a deep disconnect between the sister-in-law and me, and very, very different points of view, life view. And they took advantage of this and had one of the cop at Black Creek Drive work with the sister-in-law to have me declared mentally incapacitated without disclosing. They are harassing me about it. They're telling me about it indirectly. They're talking about it amongst themselves while I'm in the room. So I know this is going on. So if they're harassing me about it, then obviously they didn't disclose it. because I'm talking about it and I'm saying that they're talking around me. These are people who actually did it. They're talking about it around me without disclosing it to me. So they're terrorizing me with it. Now, if I was really mentally ill, I would not be sitting here talking as I am, and I would not be able to figure out what's going on because it's a conspiracy. If I was already mentally retarded, I wouldn't be able to sit here and analyze what's going on and be so um, to be so logical about it and have a plan to deal with it, obviously in a courtroom. So that is already in place. So I do believe that my sister-in-law has a really good setup in place, a frame to have me mentally committed to take my property away. And I do believe that there are some cops, some dirty cops, who are working with the worker in this building, who, by the way, isn't was in the lobby when I came in, and one of the workers that's working with him, it was in the lobby as well. And as I walked in, security walked in as well. So obviously somebody's tracking me, and somebody probably said, well, make sure she's not unstable walking in or whatever, not upset or whatever, because I tweeted some stalking by some Chinese people. One woman looked like a Chinese pimp that I tweeted out, and two Chinese men were circling me talking about the same issue, the same conspiracies, traffickers, I believe. So this is me saying I love my brother dearly now that he's gone. There is no relationship with my sister-in-law. There's absolutely no relationship with my sister-in-law anymore. I will have absolutely nothing to do with her in the future. So whatever she says in the past and whatever she says in the future about me are lies because we do not get along. She has an ulterior motive for saying what she's saying. These are lies. Anything that her son and her daughter-in-law is saying are lies because they're targeting me. As my sister-in-law said to me today, "You're a target. I'm going to throw you out." She said this to me as I was in my brother's house after the funeral. So she said this to me today. So she is targeting me. So she is lying, out and out lying. So any warrants or any writs or any peace orders that anybody's is asking for and is trying to get based on her word are lies, out and out lies. I have no reason to go back to my sister-in-law's house. She can feel free to get a peace order if she likes and serve it, see her in court. If she has one in place, I'll definitely go dig it out and clean up my record. And my sister-in-law, if there is affidavits sworn and so on, is going to be in a courtroom with me. So this is, I couldn't say it any clearer. And I couldn't say it more publicly because I'm being targeted publicly, globally. I heard the account was distributed. So I have Vietnamese, I have Blacks, I have Chinese, people who are working with these teams to give information, to bend, to deliberately misinterpret, to make it look, to paint me. In other words, to put me in a box, as they say, as the Chinese stalkers are saying, to paint it, put it in a bag, deliver it. And I keep hearing Slip, a name Slip in one of the stations. So Slip is working with the people in the building who's trying to frame me and paint me. And there's another one at Black Creek Drive who is working with the sister-in-law. So, and the monitoring is being passed around within the family, as well as with between strangers, family members, friends, and gang members, out and out criminals who are following me around. I've reported this to the police. The police told me I'm mentally ill. Obviously, I'm not mentally ill because my family is directly harassing me. My sister-in-law, especially, is directly abusing and harassing me because she's pointing out that I am a target and she is going to target me. And she said to me that you don't have a condominium anymore. So right now, I am going to start a new job. And so obviously there's no mental illness, absolutely no mental illness. And there is no suicidal tendencies because here I am talking. I just came from a funeral, uh, from my brother's funeral. There is no emotional instability, as you can tell. So any calls that were made today is evidence of being targeted. Anybody in this building who's made calls to the police are lying and is harassing me. I am not stalking, I'm not harassing them. Talk to you another time.